Her name sounds like something Adam Sandler would say. No, Salome. Timothy and Salome.
I was laughing out loud when she said that. That was, of course, the always hilarious Nikki Glaser, who hosted last night's 82nd annual Golden Globes in Los Angeles at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. It was her first time as host. The biggest winners from last night's ceremony, including the film Emilia Perez and the television series Shogun, they each took home 4 awards. So we were driving in the car and I was just listening to her monologue and I was laughing. What she did was, she was like, she had these sharp zingers, but never crossed the line.
Yeah.
And that's a hard balance to
Arguably, the only time she crossed the line actually were jokes about herself. There were a couple who were like, ooh, I'm glad the kids aren't watching on this one.
Yes.
But the other great thing is she was like, look, I got famous for roasts, but don't worry, I'm not going to roast you, which you know is a setup for a couple.
I know.
Like, bing, bing, bing.
But allow me to say a couple of things. But it was just so great. Hacks was a big winner. I loved that show. You would love Hacks.
No, I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it. Okay.
It's actually one of the only ones that I'm a completist on. I've seen every single one. I got a long list of others that I have not.
Hacks is amazing. I was so happy to see them win. But Nikki, I think, was one of the biggest winners of the night because she was on our show talking about, how she was preparing. And do you remember what she said Ricky Gervais told her?
No.
To prepare? She basically said that, don't act like the audience is a club that you're a member of. Like, you're not them. Like, don't try to be, be one of the cool kids. You're a guest in this space. Do what you do best as a comedian. And, remember that, like, you haven't necessarily made it just because you're here.
I'm going to suggest a new tradition. Rather than do the PR before, the appearances before the big night, come back after. I want Nikki back on to talk about how it went.
Back.
Let's have her back.
All right, so people who were also there joining us now to discuss the other big moments from the Golden Globes are Entertainment Tonight's co-hosts, Kevin Frazier and Nischelle Turner. You guys woke up so early.
Hey, friends.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. So happy
Woke up.
to see you
Who's
guys.
been to sleep?
Right. That's
Have you not been to sleep?
Nobody's been to sleep over here, Adriana.
After parties, or you guys just have been in the studio?
Listen, we're journalists. We're working. We're on.
Sounds like after parties to me.
Yes,
Sounds like
indeed.
Okay, so let's talk about Emilia Perez.
Listen.
Oh no, please tell me. Yeah, tell me what Kevin was doing.
Well, I'm just saying, you introduced us as Entertainment Tonight co-host, but I'm with the voice of God from the Golden Globes.
I knew it.
This morning.
Really? I was in the car and I was like, I bet that's Kevin Frazier. Yes, so
that
good.
That was Kevin Frazier.
Wow,
he was like the voice of Oz.
It was
so good.
Yes, it definitely was. And I was just thinking, gosh, I hear that voice all
You're like,
the
I hear that all the time.
He's
in my ear every day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But yes, let's talk about Emilia Perez.
Yes.
Because it was one of the big winners last night.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was. And so many emotional moments. First of all, winning for best movie, musical, or comedy. And you got a really great moment there from Carla Sofia Gascon. And then, of course, the big moment last night when Zoe Saldana won for Best Supporting Actress in a Musical or Comedy. I think 20 years of, hard work, being on the grind, just came out all at once. There was not a dry eye in the moment. She came backstage
with
to
her
talk
mom.
to us. Yes, with her mama last night. And I was telling her, I felt every one of those tears. I felt every one of those words. And she said, she's just so grateful for this life.
And you're talking about a woman who has been in some of the biggest franchises.
Avatar, Star Trek, yes, absolutely.
Entertainment. I mean, she is a bankable actress, but this was a big moment for her.
Yeah.
And you could see the emotion. When she walked up on that stage, heck, when she hit the red carpet with her mama, they were both like...
In Saint Laurent, by the way. Beautiful in Saint Laurent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you like her in that, you're going to love her in Lioness on Paramount Plus. Guys, sorry, company man here, had to work in a plug. Let's talk about the Brutalist.
Tony had to get that
I knew you'd get that in. But what did you tell her backstage?
Well, I told her last night that there's something about what's happening with her in her art in this season of her life. And she said, honey, I am perimenopausal. I've come into my own. And I said, thank you, girl. I'm with you there. But she was just saying that something has switched with her art and what she's doing right now. And I was telling her, Lioness is incredible. Emilia Perez is incredible. She's got the next Avatar coming up. And she's so ingrained in that franchise. And this is her season.
And
she's
she
so
called
grounded in all of
home
this.
after she won and one of her boys was crying.
Yes.
That was so...
He was crying. He was
He
so
was
proud
crying
of
because
him.
Mama won.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the other awards. We both love the show Hacks. What were the awards that they won for? And what was the scene,
Same.
especially behind the scenes, Kevin, because you were there?
Gene Smart, Hannah Einbinder, we were both there. We
If there-
talked.
yeah, if-
we talked to them both.
If there was a lock in winning best, comedy last night for television and for best actress in a comedy, it was Gene Smart and it was for Hacks. It's such a great show. It's so well done, so well written, and Gene Smart just embodies Deborah Vance. And
Doesn't she? She is that
part of
character.
herself.
And she said she loved from day one that character because it just jumped off the page. Also, Hannah Einbinder won. And what was cool about that is that Hannah Einbinder's mom, Lorraine Newman, tweeted after she lost at the Emmys. And I said, Hannah, is your mom going to be okay this time around? And she said, oh, no, she got rid of her Twitter account. X now, but she got rid of her Twitter account. But she is on Threads. So let's all go back and check Threads this morning, okay?
So good. Kevin Frazier and Nischelle Turner, you guys always bring the heat and all the tips from behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you all so much. We're going to get some sleep later.
Get it.
You're not going to sleep. You got work to do.
You do have work to do.
You got a whole show.
For all you guys at home, for a complete wrap of the Golden Globes, watch Entertainment Tonight.